What's up, tout le monde? Hello, everybody. Let me change this real quick, guys. Let me change this real quick. All right. Come on, man. All right. What's up, everybody? All right. How was your session? How was your session today? How was your session today? Oh, this is okay. This is YM. This is I just changed. Pourquoi ça YM que c'est lively kounya? Ka don cause mes amis. Fait que changer YM mette là kounya c'est lively seulement. So, let's talk about what happened today. What happened today? I don't know if you watch my stream I've made on Sunday. We talked about when the low is set. Okay. When the low is set. Well, basically, it's not the best price action ever. Okay. I'm not gonna talk to you like if you miss out today, you miss a quarter of your life. Nah, I'm not saying that. But anybody who took a long trade, you eat. Okay. It was a nice session. Anybody who took a long, if you did not, don't worry about that. We have other days, we have tomorrow, we have next week, we have next month and stuff like that. But I'm trying to put something here and I can't do it. That's crazy. Do this, but let me open this and let it like that so I can see the YouTube, because the YouTube is where I have more people. So yeah. Ok. Randy said semaine nan mwen jan flou à cause de mouvement market, à cause mouvement market la bay lan. Donc nous vin apprendre pour nous connaître qui jan pour nous comporter nous dans période ça yo. So, in today's market breakdown, okay, the breakdown we've made on my French channel, we talked about this, okay? I said, well, basically these times when we are at all-time high, or when we are close to all-time high, it's basically when most people like they're gonna change strategy. It's like a pattern, you know. It's like a pattern that happens. I've seen it every year. That's basically when people gonna change. Either they're gonna change strategy, or they're gonna change time frame, or they're gonna add something in their strategy, or they're gonna delete some things, or they're gonna change mentor, okay, or they're gonna change session. That's basically in this period I see people changing session from New York Stock Exchange to London, from London to Asian and stuff like this. Why? Because the way the market is moving, and I expected that. Okay, I expected that, and you have to expect that too. You have to expect, okay, we are close to all-time high, or we are at all-time high. Maybe we will need more experience to navigate through the price action. Okay, and if you can't navigate through it, there is nothing bad with that. Okay, so in Sunday session, the breakdown we had, not the breakdown, the call we had around 7 p.m. What did I say? I told you, basically, you can rewatch this stream. It's on the channel. The stream we had on Sunday. I forgot to share the link somewhere. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Lazar just lagged. That's fine. Use this phone instead. Uh, let me use this one instead, and let me do this. Give me 1 second. I am Jesus Christ. Nah. You have something. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm supposed to faire ça live. I want to make sure everybody received the link. Même si me dit nous mettez alerte, nous pas mettez. Nous pas mettez alerte, n'a dormi dehors. Nous pas mettez alerte, n'a dormi dehors. M'sans date. M'sans date. C'est paraître, ma venir paraître. Bra. So yeah, like I told you guys on my on the stream we had on Sunday, we talked about when the low is set, when the high is set. So basically, how can I know the low is set? Okay, if you don't understand, you can rewatch the stream we had on Sunday. If you don't understand, you can watch the stream I've made today on my French channel. Okay, basically you can go on YouTube. If you speak French and understand French, you can go on YouTube and type Libright Academy FR. I don't know. All right, there it is. That's my channel too, but I posted only French content on it. It's a new channel, as you can see. So I was live today. Okay, I was live today, October 28th. So you can go and check this channel. All right. So during this breakdown, we talked about the current low of day. So this is basically an easy way to understand price action. It's easy. You open your stream, you look at where we at based on price action. Am I above the daily open or am I below the daily open? So basically, if I'm above the daily open, I will navigate to below the daily open to see if the low is set or if the low is not set. Basically, that's basically what you're gonna do. If the low is set, you know this low should stay safe. All right, I said should, but you already know we are not supposed to say the word should in the market. The market gonna do whatever it wants to do. But basically, the current low of day was a manipulation. Why it was a manipulation? Because it was during the London session, and then we manipulated the low of Asia because that was the low of Asia. So basically, we have a manipulation below the daily open. Okay, below the daily open. That was the Asian low. So now it will be better if I had an imbalance on the daily. It will be better if I had it could have been better if we had a previous daily low. If the manipulation happened at a previous daily low, it will be better if we had a manipulation at a 50% of the previous day range, previous monthly range, previous monthly range and stuff. But we didn't have them, and that's gonna happen sometime. So basically, when you have a manipulation below the daily open, you know the low is set. That's simple. Okay. So ou connaît que l'eau ça set et puis gain en plus chance pour l'eau ça rester safe. So now, ça veut dire qui ça? Ça veut dire que moi ça c'est plus bullish pendant la journée que bearish, ou at least moins bullish pendant morning session. Parce que tout bagay ka passer dans indice. Indice aller rapide. On grande session qui a changé donner tout bagay. M'gon fin faire analyse 30 premières minutes pendant session 9h30 à 10h m'obligé de faire l'autre analyse tellement tout bagay qui a changé. Et sou pas flexible. OK? Sou pas flexible pour attendre avec genre de situation ça ou souffrir en pile. So basically the current low of the day was set. That's the information we had. That's the first thing I said in today's stream. Okay. And then what did I say? I said I'm above previous day high. I'm above Asian high. Well, on YM we were above Asian high. So what I said I want to see a retracement. Where I was on yes, okay. I said I want a retracement. Then having a manipulation either at the first 30 minutes low or at a pre-market low. Why? Because that's the lows that we're gonna have during the morning session. I don't want to see price go beyond this low. I don't want to see price manipulate this low, but sometimes that happen. But I don't want to see price trade below this low because I have some evidence that say the low of the day has been set. So basically, si le journée en 7, parce que pour qui ça va chercher contre si le journée en 7 ou bien la journée en 7, il est très très facile. Je vais le montrer. Il est très très facile. Je vais prendre n'importe bougie daily, montrer. OK? Pour qui ça est important pour qu'on ait si le journée avec si le journée en 7, si la journée en 7. OK? So, là, on regarde un bougie daily. On focalise nous sur bougie daily ça, bougie bullish daily ça. OK? Qui ça nous est? Nous est que opening nan, licencié là. It's easy, guys. All right? It's easy. Nous est que opening nan c'est là and then market lan drop down, li set lower because c'est mouvement ça market la fait. Li drop down, li open, li drop down, li set lower. Après ça, nous continuons à aller to the upside et puis kounya nous vinn gen high lan ki la et puis nous censé gen close lan ki la. Donc les gon bougie daily qui formé, c'est ça ou gen qui formé. So kounya si m'paret dans market là, songez bien map trade as a day trader, m'poko connait si journée a bullish. M'poko connait si journée a bullish. So now, l'embarque dans market là, si m'joine moi kounya sous tête daily open nan, bon m'a voyager dans ça ka passer en bas daily open nan pour moi est-ce que low a set. Si m'gen évidence que low a set, mais grand plus chance pour nous continuer à aller to the upside, m'pa besoin de chercher reversal bearish pendant journée ça. It's super easy. So it's definitely the same thing. And that's exactly what I explained today in today's market breakdown in the other channel. I told you guys, okay, that's I mean, we have evidence that say the low of the day has been set. Okay, so now if the low of the day is set, we only need, well, I said I wanted to see a big movement to the upside because I didn't want to see a manipulation at this high. Okay, I wanted to see a big expansion and then a retracement, and then after this retracement I will pay attention to the pre-market low or the first 30 minutes low to see if we can have a manipulation to go higher. That's it. So let me refresh this one because I don't understand how I see my stuff right now. I don't get it. It's not clear. All right. So now, basically, price action was not at its best this morning. We had some backward price action right here. Okay. So that was the pre-market low. Okay, that was the pre-market low, and as you can see, there were two no weak candles. Okay, weak candles. That was the pre-market low. All right, and then we had a first reaction, and anybody that long this reaction and got stopped out, don't worry, it's not a mistake. I can't say it's a mistake. All right, if you're trying too long in this movement and you got stopped out on the second manipulation, it's totally fine, because I could have said, oh, you were supposed to wait for this manipulation, but we didn't know if we will have this manipulation. Or I could have said this low create like liquidity. That's fine, but we know liquidity should create an expansion. And also we had a divergence, and we know divergence take liquidity and divergence create liquidity. So basically, the fact that the market dropped here and then you see ES was below the pre-market low, and then NQ couldn't reach to the pre-market low right there. So eventually we had a divergence. And I know some of you got stopped out on the first stop loss. That's some stop loss you can't how to say that? Well, you can avoid them sometimes, or maybe you can go break even because after that the market couldn't go, like as you can see, we didn't really have conviction. The market stayed here for quite a bit, so that's understandable. All right, I understand that. But what happened next? We had a second manipulation where at the first 30 minutes low. That's the first 30 minutes low. And there is a real difference between there is a real difference between there is a big difference between the pre-market low manipulation you consider and the pre-market low at the first 30 minutes low. The difference is like you can see the market break. Let me delete the daily open, previous day high, and information like that, so we can see exactly what I'm talking about. All of these things were like, for example, this gap. I was looking at price and see how price reacting from this gap. So this manipulation break the pre-market low and break below it, and then we kind of have a quick reaction, and then after that you don't have conviction. But right here you can see price set the low. Okay, we had a manipulation and we barely closed below the first 30 minutes low, and then the market react to the upside, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up candle, and any retracement is tradable, either at an IC candle, either at a like imbalance, either at, I don't know, whatever the concept you're gonna use. Any retracement is tradable. All right, so I know some of you got stopped out on this inversion, and I know some of you re-enter, some of you take only this trade. That's good. All right, but all of these analysis came from one thing: the low of the day is set. All right, one thing support this long idea is the fact that the low of the day has been set. I mean, we have evidence, because sometimes we're gonna be wrong. Sometimes we're gonna say, the low of the day is set. Okay, so now if you don't know when the low is set or what evidence you can use to say, okay, the low has been set, go rewatch the stream we had on Sunday, because that's exactly what we talked about on Sunday. When the low is set, when we have a manipulation, first thing first, we had a manipulation below the open inside of an imbalance, higher time frame, and again, higher time frame is subjective. Why I say that? Because somebody was doing scalping, higher time frame for him will be like 4 hours, and somebody like me, really higher time frame is gonna be daily, weekly, and such things. Okay, so you're gonna need, but I recommend to have an imbalance above 1 hour and above like 1 hour, like 4 hours daily and stuff like that, based on my experience, you know. So we didn't have a daily. I prefer when I have a daily right here. Okay, we didn't have a daily, and then we have an imbalance on H4. Okay, we had an imbalance on H4. So as you can see, the market drop down, react at this H4 imbalance, and then move to the upside. The reason why I talked about ES, it's because ES creates some liquidity. All right, ES created some targets right here. Okay, I think everybody in the Discord saw this target, because I see many of students, they took this trade basically, and I didn't have to say a word. Like, I didn't have to say, guys, let's buy, let's buy, let's buy. No, I just open my laptop, I open my computer, and I see students taking their trades, and that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. So the best entry in this manipulation can be anything. All right, so we're gonna try to find some, but I think the best one was this imbalance on M5. Okay, this imbalance on M5, the market retraced inside of this imbalance, or somebody could have said, oh, we had this inversion right here. Okay, they overlapped, and we can see our price respected. If you're someone that's afraid of like just buying at the imbalance, you can wait for this like type of reaction to see how price will react to these two concepts, and then you just press the buy button after that. So now the stop loss, It will be below this low. I don't know how the I don't know how much the risk to reward might be. Or somebody could have just go into 1 minute and find an entry in 1 minute. In 1 minute, of course, you're gonna find an entry. Okay. We can see the manipulation, and then after that we got this reaction. The market create this inversion, and then we keep going higher and higher, and we attack those liquidity. So that was the trade of today. That was the setup for today, and nothing to be surprised, because we talked about this morning, even though it was not on this channel. Okay, because it was in French, and I don't want to mix the French channel with this channel actually. So Mowgli said, I took the SL in the area. I think you're talking about the first manipulation. Like I said, I'm not gonna be mad at you, bro. I'm not gonna be mad at you for trying to take the entry right here first and then got stop out. But when you stop out, you can see what the market is gonna do next. If we're just gonna break this low to keep going lower, I had this on my mind. I'm like, if we break this low, the low that I considered as the low of the day, if we break it, my next target will be this low. I'm like, okay, if this low can't be the low of the day, if we break it, so I'm probably gonna have to wait for retracement or manipulation, and then at this point we will consider this as the current high of day. The only problem is ES created some target, so at this point I will be more concerned on NQ. I wanted to see what NQ will do inside of this imbalance, M15 imbalance, or YM, because that's why I drew all of this bearish thing on YM. I was looking at YM first. The first thing I saw is, all right, that's a manipulation for sure, and then we have this IC candle for sure. And then the market create another IC candle from the IC candle, and we had this downside movement. And I was like, it's strange. It's a little bit strange. But again, we have the same scenario on all of the indices. YM, the low of the day has been set inside of the daily imbalance. Inside of a daily imbalance. So we had a manipulation. All of these things, I drew them with you guys this morning on my other channel. What happened? The market created this manipulation. 440. We manipulate the Asia low, the low of Asia, and then boom, we reach out, we move to the upside. And again, like I said, we didn't have any movement that looks like a manipulation until that one, I can say. But the vision was clear, the idea was clear, the low of the day has been set. If I have evidence that say the low of the day has been set, there is only one thing to do, is to trade in that direction. Trading, at least for the morning session, like I said, okay? Because things might change during the day, you know? The indices, they are very fast. Anything can happen at any certain moment. So now we have a divergence, okay? We have a divergence. We have a manipulation. Where this divergence happened? Where? Qui côté nous jeune divergence? And that's what we discussed last night on Mowgli. You're looking for divergence, but where? What low? Qui low qui manipule? Nan qui low obtain divergence là? Nan qui low divergence là fait? Parce que s'il pas nan yon nan low que nous étudions ou bien nous travaillons, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Là, nous avons deux divergence, I guess. Let me check. Yeah. Là, nous avons double divergence. OK? Divergence type A, divergence type B. Pour moun kap suivre moi longtemps, nous connaissons qui ça qui divergence type A, divergence type B. Plus, ouais, type A. These IC candles were confusing. Yeah, so when I was watching price, and I'm like, bro, come on. And my last podcast, the one I just recorded, I don't post it yet. C'est exactement de ça me parler. Nous connaissons en pile fois jou dégâts nous ka maîtriser yo, comme si nous pas le faire erreur qui pas écraser toute bagaille va nous ka éviter yo. Parce que jou dégâts ça a toujours des séries de patterns que vous montrer. Il y a toujours des séries de patterns répétitifs que vous montrer mais nous just ignorer pattern ça. Et dans vidéo ça, dans épisode ça me dit une bagaille qui une pattern que moi ouais qui toujours initié jou dégâts mais on qui s'allié. C'est les moi yon asset abdim bay yon asset abdim sel. Les man analyser tout dégâts tout jou dégâts yo parce que quand même nous tout a toujours gain jou dégâts. Ça veut dire qu'il y a des séries de jou ou fin font bay dans market là on dit bon ça me saute régler là. OK? And bon, peut-être que m'pa na étape boulé tout à 40 non seul green joie. Même qu'on est gapil nous qui na étape ça, côté que nous boulé tout à nous fait un mois bien passé, une semaine mal passé, nous boulé toute bagaille. So semaine dégâts ça ou bien jour dégâts ça parce qu'on green jour qui fait toute bagaille ça. And that's why ou pas ka blâmer stratégie. You can't blame the strategy, bro. You've been doing well for 1 month. And you just let 1 week or 1 day destroy everything. So you can't blame the strategy at all. So basically, c'est yon green jou pour faire tout dégâts, pour bouler tout bagaille, tout profit ou passer misère pour passer à 40, tout net, on green jou. And then, au lieu que comme si pour just blâmer market là, ou bien blâmer stratégie, hein, ou ka peut-être chercher la caille des séries de patterns répétitifs qui fait dans jou dégâts ça. Parce que quand même gon élément déclencheur, gon côté dégâts a commencé. Pas dans market là non, nan ou même. Gon côté rivé, you know what? I don't care, bro. Map just buy, map just sell, j'en le passé. Di job bonjour la manjo, pas di bonjour la manjo, bonjour job. Alright, you just rescalling and then you know. So now, l'important pour chercher pattern répétitif qui joue des gars. Et une pattern capable de dire répétitif que je pense qu'on peut nous joindre tout, c'est les nous voulons buy NQ, nous voulons sell yes. Ou bien nous voulons buy yes, nous voulons sell NQ. YM tout là-dedans. Well, même si je souvent dit nous pour nous analyser, analyser tous les trois indistinctement, like faire analyser indépendamment, OK? Mais toujours mettre dans tête que corrélé positif. Quand je depuis moi en bas de li open nan, pas besoin qu'il y ait pour 50% de li. Moi je si me get un jeune confirmation en bas de li a. What you mean? Me dit ça tout à l'heure, li t'a pi bon si nous te gen un bagay qui nan tant qu'on previous de li lo. Ou bien un balance daily, ou bien 50% previous day range, previous weekly range. Il tape pi bon. Il tape encore pi bon. Mais si market n'a pas buy li, we can't blame it. Alright, Alicia said, can we look at gold? Basically, I don't trade gold, Alicia. I have no idea. So as of right now, we have YM that created this liquidity. Okay. So let me go and look at gold real quick. But I have no idea. I don't know what's going on in this asset, to be honest. I just know there is a hype. And recently, I've heard that people making lines to go buy gold. And that was crazy. We are at all-time high. And I think that was in Australia. Something like this. People making lines to go buy gold, and they want to buy gold at all-time high, and that's the first time. That's the first sign that okay, we're gonna have a bearish movement. Okay, we're gonna have a bearish movement because I was like, what? 4,200 and something. That's exactly when people want to buy it, and that's what I've been talking about for weeks, for years. All right, that's how the human brain works, and the market makers or people that like printing money, printing candles, they understand that. You know, they understand that. They know that at the low we won't We won't be interested at something that like all-time low or the market is not moving. So, well, the first thing I see, Alicia, is 3,249.59. That's the first thing I see. Okay. That's a downside target. I don't see gold gonna drop to that level, but when I open the screen, that's the first time I look at gold since, I don't know, since months or weeks, because I don't remember the last time I looked at it. We kind of have this downside target. Okay, that's the first thing I see on the daily. And so we had an overextended market. And that was the last accumulation, we can say. We had an accumulation right here before this big expansion. So now the market stopped, and you will have to pay attention to what the market will be doing inside of this area, because that might be a potential reaccumulation or probably the first distribution. To go take this low. I think in a bigger picture, I would rather wait to have more price action to see more things. Okay. And again, it's not my asset, even though I've never been wrong on on gold. Every time I analyze gold, I'm right. All right. Even though I don't trade it. I'm not interested at trading it. Might be weird. Okay. So in the weekly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bullish weeks. Oh, all right. You are doing day trading on gold. All right, I get it now. Okay. So we kind of have all of these bullish weeks on gold, and now the market has left a bunch of information right here, a bunch of imbalances, and we can see how expanded the market was. So as of right now, we are inside of a weekly imbalance. I'm not saying it's impossible to take trades in the daily perspective, but in the long run, I would rather wait. All right. So, but I'm still gonna analyze it the way I do. Okay. So that's a daily, and I'm going to pay attention to this high, the previous day high, because it looks like we have a target right here. I will pay attention to it. So now the market is inside of this weekly imbalance, and we have 2 weekly imbalances, but only one has a daily. So this one only has 2 daily imbalances, and we are currently at this daily imbalance. That's the low of October 6, 2025. Okay. And inside of this daily imbalance, weekly imbalance, we have this daily imbalance too. All right. I think I got enough. You said you trying along for 4,020. Do you have a target here? Let me check. Let's check real quick. I don't see any upside target. My personal opinion. So since we are inside of this higher time frame concept, I would rather buy than short. But the thing is, I don't have any closed target, or probably that one. And I'm pretty sure the market manipulated this high. Let me check real quick. Yes, we manipulated this high. So I don't know, Alicia. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yes, sometimes I analyze gold, but if I don't see anything, I won't say anything. So I don't see anything that looks clear, or all right. And just take a look at this low. I don't have any evidence to say the low of the day has been set or the high of the day has been set. I don't know. Okay. That's one thing about me. When I don't know, I'm just gonna say I don't know. Okay. In a bigger picture, I would rather wait than anything else. In a daily, as a day trader, I don't have any upside objective as of right now. This one is not one. Probably this one. I don't think so. So just gonna have to wait. Check with M5 real quick. Sorry. So I'm gonna see if I can do a big analysis on gold on next Sunday. But as of right now, I have no idea. Probably next Sunday. 9 green weeks in a row. That was a first time for gold, and that's when people had lined up to go buy physical gold. Exactly, bro. Exactly, and that's what happens on every market. Every market, same thing. Same thing on every market. The crypto, same thing. Nobody wanna buy things at all-time lows. Nobody wanna buy when the market is bearish, bro. That's when you have to buy. It's not when the market is moving to the upside or the market is at all-time high. That's not basically when you have to buy, bro. Like I said, we don't buy high. That's the first sign. That's the first sign to know when the market will retrace. We at all-time high. People line up to go buy physical gold. Guess what the market maker is gonna do? They're gonna drop price, bro. And they're not gonna drop price just because like they wanna put people out. That's not the only reason. It might be because like they wanna pursue some profit, because we've had like several weeks, bullish weeks. So they're gonna pursue out at highs, at all-time highs, or let's say whole numbers like 4,000, 4,500, 4,200. They're gonna cash out. Okay. Because you make money when you cash out. If you don't cash out, you don't really make the money. So you're gonna cash out some of their profits. But that's basically when people believe, okay, I can invest in gold. It's too late. It's too late. All right, that was it for today, guys. That was a short stream. I didn't want to stay too long, and I just wanted to discuss about today's price action. So yeah. See you tomorrow. 8:30 we're gonna have the market breakdown. À 8h30 n'a pas market breakdown nan. M'a fait sur channel ça, sauf que li seulement pour moun qui paye yo avec moun qui nan formation yo. Et puis m'a live pendant la journée encore. CV, OK? CV. So basically YM que m'te wè qui était late. Actually m'gon position sur li qui still up run. YM que m'te wè qui était late. I'm still will continue à aller higher. Poko gen aucun signe qui montre que market là vle aller to the downside. Okay? And balance Kensa qui still respected, and we keep going higher. So tomorrow we're gonna have the federal funds rate, and going back is still off now my way. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have the federal funds rate at 8:30, if I'm not mistaken. Check. This week. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have federal funds rate. The forecast says we might have another cut, and that's what most people expect too. and we're gonna wait. But based on price action, it's a little bit weird the fact that we are still bullish at all-time high. Let's say 24 hours before that. It's strange for me. I see two things. We have a massive sell-off overnight. We might have a massive sell-off overnight during the overnight session, or no cut. No cut. And no cut, which means we might, well, no cut might impact price action in a certain way, but increase will impact for sure. Like the excuse. All right. So see you tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning. I think the credit is already priced in and they're gonna sell the news. As usual, bro. As always. The market is pre-orchestrated. I've been saying that. And it's a little bit weird for me to, I mean, I'm not gonna say weird, but the way I balance the information, it's not easy. Because I know, in fact, everything is pre-orchestrated. It's not the news that's going to do this or that. They already know what's going to happen. Like, we're going to wait tomorrow for 2 p.m. People like me and you. Bro, mais come on. Yo regarde on ça rap fait là. Yo regarde tout baguette en fait déjà. OK? Juste attendre demain pour le paraître dans l'écran. OK? And not just my insider trader. And secondly, I don't trust the data. Okay, that's me. All right, that's me. So that's my channel. I think whatever I think. I say whatever I say. What I want to say. I see things whatever I want to see them. I don't trust data. Okay, we might use them to do analysis, but I don't trust them. Okay, everything in this country is manipulated. I've been in this country for like more than 5 years, so everything is a mask. So from school to hospital to like life insurance, car insurance, blah 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 insurance, phone insurance, laptop insurance, everything in this country looks like a scam in my opinion. And I'm not gonna trust a data that's gonna say the CPI or the inflation is at blah 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 percentage. When you go to the grocery store, that looks like 3%. Come on, let's be real. So when inflation drops, we don't see price of the products drop. It's crazy. Yeah, so Lyon Ticras, c'est pas tout le monde qui veut entendre les m'a parler comme ça, but again, m'pa trust data yo. I've made my research about economic cycle. And moi partager avis ensemble avec nous. Moi dit nous malgré on drop, nous pral gon paquet all time high. Moi dit nous le 7 avril that might be the low of the year. I said it. That might be the low of the year. I told you we are in quantitative easing. We're going to have more all time high. So I've made my research, but I'm toujours font façon pour me toujours kembe 50-50 nan may moi. Pour me toujours être dans mi-temps. Ça veut dire qui ça? Ça veut dire que oui, moi connais à propos de economic cycle, moi connais quantitative easing, I'm gonna have more cut, more stuff and stuff like that. And recently, moi dis nous que nous pouvons vraiment switch de QE à QT tant que nous pas commencer à quelques signes que nous arrivons dans pic. Et nous te dit nous, premier signe que nous avons que nous cap potentiellement commencer à arriver dans pic, c'est tandis que business yo pral en quelque sorte couper jobs. Est-ce que m'a dit nous ça? Qui ça nous lever matin ou Amazon dit? Disons que tant que nous dans QE, nous allons en quelque sorte continuer à all time high. And then, nous avons commencé à préparer nous à un shift de QE à QT là nous commencer à arriver dans pic. Mais jusqu'à maintenant pour aucun signe qui peut montrer nous que nous dans pic. Signe qui peut montrer nous que nous pour arriver dans pic, c'est inflation, c'est employment rate, unemployment rate. Unemployment rate. Donc on y a ça qui passe pour unemployment rate là cas on petit shift qui soit besoin, on besoin comparer yo cap révoquer moun. It's not something new, that's how the economic cycle works. Because en quelque sorte pouvoir d'achat commence à augmenter en quelque sorte. Donc c'est exactement bon moment pour yo couper quelques travail. Thank you to Felix. Par contre, si Felix dans live là. Alright. Felix bon bête, guys. On gars appelle à Felix là. Felix chita là pour expliquer des séries de bail. Chita me prendre notre. Jean-Félix explique me bagay yo complètement différent avec Jean moun sur réseau qui dit au trader fondamental avec expliquer bagay yo. Franchement, just pas dire rien. Pas dire rien. But par exemple récemment big chute là, on a des crise qui ça? We are in a crisis. Key crisis, bro? That one is a crisis? That's what you call a crisis? We are still in QE. We're still gonna create more all-time high. And exactement après chute samedi, no guys, don't worry. We're gonna have more all-time highs after all-time highs after all-time highs until nous commençons à gagner signe que nous ka arriver dans pic là. Parce que les marques arrivent dans pic là qu'on y a, faut le traverser. Pour me réduire tout bagay pour Marvelous, there is one thing, interest rate. Interest rate cut, unemployment rate. Tous les deux bords dans sa economic cycle ont reposé en pile sur deux bagay ça. Yo représenté sur labor first là plus avec inflation. So let me dit labor first, m'a parlé de unemployment rates, unemployment claims, job lots and stuff like this. But vraiment pas c'est bagay qui pour plus capter attention nos semaines ça c'est unemployment rate. Donc le fait que le travail commence à couper moun, si federal funds rate là cut là, si federal funds est fait dans 2 semaines, m'tap gain plus doute sur ça au café. But c'est juste si nous lever Amazon de la couper moun and get lot encore quoi dire couper moun. It's because the market is like it's time to retrace. Basically, market structure. Okay, it's time to retrace. That's basically what it means. And est-ce que nous allons arriver dans pic nous ou pas? Parce que songez me dit ça I said this in today's breakdown. The bullish market we have, yes, the market cycle plays a big role, but we're also inside of a AI bubble. Okay? And if I'm wrong, I don't know if Felix is here, he might corriger. Okay? So, c'est pas seulement economic cycle, nous sens c'est non bubble AI entre 3 gros compagnies. Parce que nous connaissons, si nous pensons nous connaissons histoire ça, bon, si nous pas connaissons, nous avons toujours le faire recherche. OK? 3 compagnies qui mettent ensemble, qui font un mouvement mafioso entre eux, qui participent en pile, surtout pour Nasdaq, qui participent en pile dans ça que nous sommes censés gagner là, en plus de economic cycle. OpenAI, Nvidia, and Oracle. So, gon lot encore, pas songer le sorry. So, that was a pleasure to be here with you guys. See you tomorrow. And again, I'm gonna keep streaming until the end of the year. All right, that's a challenge. I stream on Friday, I stream on Saturday, I stream on Sunday, I stream yesterday, and that's today's stream. And tomorrow I will be streaming. I'm not gonna give you the time. Hey, today is Tuesday. Oh wow. Tonight we're gonna have a market breakdown. That's crazy. Tonight we're gonna have a market review at 7 p.m. So I just made the market review. I just made the market review. So should have made this. I don't know if I have to make today's market review, if I just made a market review with you guys. All right, I'm just gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it because it's on the schedule. All right, see you tonight 7 p.m. For the market review. And this market review, guys, I will do it for free, but the recorded version will be only for paid members. All right, so see you.